Hello guys. Okay, so today I'm going to introduce you to making the pattern piece. I will start sharing my screen. Okay, so this is materials for week 3 and week 4. If you haven't finished in this week, you can continue this in next week. Alright, so I divide our topic into 3 parts. The first part is I will introduce you how to complete the pattern piece of your skirt block. So you have to make the pattern pieces of the skirt. There will be 6 pattern pieces. So here are the 6 of them. You need to make the back top skirt, back bottom skirt, back lining, front top skirt, and for the front skirt and all the front parts, you need to open the pattern. I will show you how to open the pattern. And then front bottom skirt, open the pattern as well. Front lining, also open the pattern. And I will teach you how to open the pattern. Don't forget to bring the dart lines. And I will also will teach you how to delete the unused worksheets. And then I will teach you how to complete the pattern piece with seam allowance, the grain line, and special axis to name the piece. So let's start. Okay, open your skirt block. All right. So if you guys see the blue blocks on my screen, this is the pattern pieces of the skirt. I will delete this so that we can make new ones together. All right, don't forget to always show the title block because this time you want to name your pattern block. I already teach you how to name the pattern block last week. I will maybe give you a little bit reminder of it this week. So, I also need to remind you again about how many pattern pieces we have to make. There will be back top skirt, and then, sorry, here, yellow back bottom skirt, and then back lining, and then front top skirt, and then, here, this one, front bottom skirt, and with this one, okay, front lining. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so since there are 6 pattern pieces, don't forget you have to make 6 grain lines on this pattern block. All right, let's start. Last week, I already teach you how to make the grain line. We go to F4 and then click on the axis. Okay, the dog ear shaped corner. You click on the dog ear shaped corner, and then you can see the pop-up on the left. Don't forget to choose grain line axis. And then pressing the control, make sure to make the line straight here like this. So we have to make the top and then the bottom and then the lining that covers both the top and the bottom. And you do the same for the front piece here, 1, 2, and then 3. So these grain lines represent each pattern piece. Here is for the top back. And then this one is for the bottom back, and this one is for the back lining. And this one, the grain line is for the top front, and this one is for the bottom front, and this one is for the front lining. So make sure to put each grain line according to the number of pattern piece you want to make afterwards. If you only want to make the top and bottom without the lining, you don't have to put the lining grain line. So make sure to put the grain line according to the number of pattern pieces you want to make. All right, so now we have finished making the grain line. Now I want you to make the pattern piece. So in order to make the pattern piece, here you need to check your pattern first. You need to see whether it's complete or not. You need to double check. Oh, there's the notch. And how about the front? Oh, the notch is uneven, so you need to revise it first. I'm going to delete the notch at the center, and I'm going to put another notch. Oh, sorry. Orientation here. I'm going to put the notch on this one. All right. So I already got the notch ready. And don't forget, if you also want to put the notch on the side, you can also do that. I will put the notch here and here. And I will make this way. Okay, make it straight. Wait a moment. Okay, so I have complete, oh, not yet. So let's say I also have the zipper. I put the notch here, let's say, as for the zipper. You can put the notch on the zipper. Let's say you have the specific zipper measurements, then you can do that. You can measure first and then you can put the notch according to the zipper measurements. And then next step, you want to make the pattern piece. The pattern piece is on F4, this one. And then before we make the pattern piece, you need to check if your pattern block has dart. For example, our skirt block here, we have darts on both the back and the front pattern. So we have to make the pattern piece one by one. Let's say I want to make the top first, the top of the back, and it has dart. So you need to select the dart using selection. Okay, selecting the darts, go to selection on top and then press the shift. Make sure to press the shift and then click each of the dart lines. Okay, I'll do it again. So selection and then pressing the shift and then click on each of the dart lines. If you don't press the shift, let's say I will click anywhere to unselect the lines. If I don't press the shift, it will just clicking the lines. Okay, so that's why you need to press the shift and click on each line. And then once you selected the lines, you go to here we have piece here under. Okay, I will close the industrialization first. Here you see seam. In your computer, it will be easier for you to see the seam because your screen is bigger. So choose seam. You click the seam. And then you select the area. I will select only the top area because I just want to make the top back. I will click on it and then you see how it turns blue. So the blue blocks here is our pattern piece. And then the top stops here. So I will just right click to make the pattern piece. I will right click and now you can see the pattern piece with the dart. I will show you if there is, I will not select any of these dart lines and then I will just do the same thing. Okay, don't forget to press J to see the pattern piece. Now you can see if I don't select the darts, there will be no dart lines. If I select the darts, there will be dart lines. And if some of you cannot form the pattern, what happened? If you cannot form the pattern, you need to check each of the point because sometimes I will make an example. For example, like this. So from afar, you can see it looks like all the points are connected. However, when you go to F4 and then you click seam and then here click, you cannot see the blue blocks. That means something happened. something is not correct. In this case, you can just right click because there's nothing happen. Even if you press J, you cannot see any pattern. Yes, why? Because you cannot make the pattern because there are two lines disjointed. You cannot make the pattern piece if there's disconnected lines like this. And sometimes the disconnected lines are too small that you cannot see it's disconnected. But you need to be very careful. Check the lines and the points carefully one by one. And if such a thing happen, you can just go to F3 and then go to attach. Click on the point and then attach it to where it belongs. Okay? All right, so now it's attached and we can start to make the pattern again. Don't forget to select the darts using Shift, and then you can go to F4 and then Sim, and then now you can see it's forming the blocks. You can right click and then you see how it formed the pattern. All right, so if you make the pattern, maybe you forgot to selecting the darts, to select the darts, and then you form this pattern and you want to delete this worksheet, you cannot do delete like F3 using deletion, but you need to delete the worksheet using the sheet option from the top menu. Okay, if you want to delete the worksheet, you click the sheet and then choose delete. And then you need to press the shift and click. What happens if you don't press the shift? I will show you. Now we have two patterns. I will click delete on the sheet, sheet delete. And then if I don't press the shift, what happened? I'm not pressing the shift, my hand is here. So if I click this one, click, you see on the right side, you can see the title block appear. When you press J, it is actually your pattern turns into pattern block. It is no longer pattern piece, but it turns into pattern block. So deleting without the shift, without pressing the shift, is actually turning the pattern piece into pattern block. Okay, not completely deleting the pattern piece. Okay, now if you want to completely deleting the pattern piece, press the shift and then click the pattern piece. Okay. And then next, okay, make sure, let's say, to always make the pattern piece within the range of the pattern. For example, here, if you let's say you select incorrectly, let's say you select incorrectly, do not cancel, do not cancel the pattern piece outside of the pattern. Okay, for example, do not right click here because it might lock the pattern. I will show you. So if you click it here, click, there still be pattern piece, but later on, you might not be able to make any more pattern piece. It's custom, it's not custom, sorry, it's random cases, but in some cases, it will lock your pattern. If your pattern is locked, you need to make a copy of your worksheet, and then you need to delete the old pattern block, which is already locked, and then you can use the current new pattern block worksheet to make your pattern. All right, so I'm going to delete two of this and keep only one. And then what else? So I'm continuing the pattern for the bottom back. Here I deselected all the dart lines because I don't need the dart lines for the bottom part. So go to F4 seam and then click on the bottom parts and then right click. And then I also need the darts actually for the lining. Okay, seam. And then here. Okay, so if you want to continue to also select the bottom, you click also left click here, left click, and then bring it downwards. And here, right click. Okay, so if you want to continue the lines, click and then left click and then here, right click. Okay, now you have the here two of the lining. I will delete one. All right, so now I have three of this pattern. And then I'm going to uh, check again here. I have grain line outside of the pattern, which we will remove it later. All right. And then here we will finish the bottom, the back part first. So here I'm going to use dilation to delete the grain line because the grain line is outside of the pattern. So what I need to do is just make a new grain line. Make sure to open the industrialization again, or in your case, you don't need to open because it's already open. So again, you can choose the axis, choose the grain line, and then put the grain line accordingly. Make sure it's inside the pattern. And then what else? And then we need to make the seam allowance. So in seam allowance, in Lectra, it's using line seam. And since it's line seam, you need to select the line. For example, here is the line. We can click on the line and then we can, using the downwards arrow, for example, on the sides is 1.5 centimeter, downwards arrow 1.5 centimeter, and then enter. But on the side, you actually can select two lines together using the shift, click and click, make sure it's selected, and then you can click line seam again, and then click on the two lines. You can see now you can put two lines together when you put the same seam allowance. If you have the same seam allowance, but there are two lines on that parts, you can select the line first, and then put the seam allowance after you select the lines. And then in this case, here, I already select the lines. Then I put, using downwards arrow, you put the same value on the beginning and end pop-up, 1.5, and then downwards arrow, 1.5, and then enter. Now you see we have the seam allowance on the side. And then don't forget to click selection and click one time anywhere. Click to deselect it, the side lines, because we're going to put different seam allowance for different parts. For example, here on the center, there's only one line. And let's say we are using zipper. So we need maybe 2 centimeters instead of 1.5 centimeters. So here I will put 2 centimeters or 2 and then 2 and then enter. And then for the hemline, let's say, oh, this one is lining. So for example, I only use one or maybe 1.5. It depends. I'm using one, for example. So here I will just use line seam and then click on the hemline and I will use 1 and 1, enter. And how about the waistband or the waist part? Again, there are several lines, two lines to be precise, this line and this line. So you can select these two lines using shift here and using the line seam and click on these two lines. And then here you put, let's say, 1 centimeter and 1 centimeter and then enter. Finish. Now you have put all the seam allowance on this pattern piece. All right. So that's how you put the seam allowance on the pattern piece. And then what's next? Let's see here. Oh, we haven't opened the pattern, not yet, not yet. And then after this, we need to make the pattern for the front. Okay, I will complete the front, the back pattern later on. So for the front, you do the same. You need to select the dart lines. I will just make, okay, I will make all of the pattern. Okay, I'm going to use seam. I'm going to make the front. Okay, right click. And then I will not use the dart for the bottom. And select the dart again for the lining. Okay, and then bring it downwards, right click. Now I have 3 for the front. And the front here, we need to open. Do not use unfold. Again, do not use unfold. I will put it here. Do not use unfold pattern information. Okay, do not. Because if you're using unfold, we have high risk in the real production to make mistake when we cut the pattern pieces. Because when we unfold the fabrics, we're not only unfold 1 meter fabric in the real fashion industry, we will fold 1,000 meters of fabric. So you don't want to risk miscutting the fabrics. You need to open the pattern piece. Make sure to open the pattern piece that you need to open. All right, so again, I will delete this grain line first. And then here, if you want to open the pattern, first make sure to finish the seam allowance before you open the pattern. Okay, make sure to finish the seam allowance before you open the pattern, because if you finish the seam allowance when you open the pattern, the seam allowance will also be there on the second part of the pattern or in the open side of the pattern. All right, so here I will just make seam allowance here, line seam for the front. Okay, 1.5, 1.5, and here, say this one, 1, enter, and this one, line seam, 1, enter. And for the front, there is no seam allowance at the center. No, because you need to open the pattern. So what do? When you have finished adding the seam allowance? Okay, to open the pattern, you go to F5. And before you open the pattern, you need to check the pattern elements. If there are things you want to bring to the other side of the pattern, for example, darts, pockets, or whatever styling lines you want to bring to the other side of the pattern, don't forget to select it. So in this case, I want to bring this dart to the other side of the pattern, so I need to select the darts too. Okay, I'm selecting the darts now, you can see. All right, and then in F5, you see here seam to PTS. stands for symmetry 2 points. So we need to find the symmetry line, the 2 points of the symmetry line where we want to use it to open the pattern. In this case, the center part is the symmetry 2 points. All right, I'm going to click the top and the bottom points, and then you can see how they will open the pattern. Click Sim 2 points, and then I will click the top, click, okay, and then bring it to the bottom, also click, click. Now you have opened the pattern, and you need to see here, the seam allowance is also there. So don't forget to complete the seam allowance before you open the pattern. All right. So for all the pattern piece of the front, again, for all the pattern pieces of the front, when you have opened the pattern, okay, I will complete this also. For example, this is 1, 1, this is 1.5, 1.5, and then this is, oh, let's say for the real hemline, it's not the lining, let's say 4, this is 4. Okay, center is no seam allowance. Okay, and then you need to also open using F5, symmetry 2 points, open, open. Okay, and for the top, complete the seam allowance first here, 1, 1, and then here 1.5, 1.5, and then this 1, 1, 1, enter. All right, so don't forget to select the dart lines and then go to F5 and then sim 2 points, open it. Open the symmetrical 2 points. Now you have 3 front pattern, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we have opened 3 patterns, 1, 2, 3. And we need to delete 1, 2, 3 half patterns. We need to delete these 3 half patterns because we don't need it anymore. So go to Sheet, delete, and then Shift, pressing the Shift, and then you click, click, click. Now you have 6 patterns. Okay, 6 pattern to complete. Okay, what to complete? Here, I already mentioned, I already teach you how to delete the unused worksheet. You can go to the top menu, Sheet, and then delete. Don't forget to press the Shift to completely delete the pattern, the sheet. Okay, and then completing pattern piece with seam allowance, finished. It's in F4, line seam. Okay, here, line seam. And then at grain line, you already know how to do that. I'm going to teach you once again. And add the special axis to name the piece. This is very important for pattern piece. So here I will teach you how to add the grain line again, because some of our patterns already have grain lines. Here for the back. Now for the front, we go to F4 and axis here, click on the dog ear shaped corner, click grain line, and then you can click on the pattern. You can zoom in, you can press home, okay, to zoom in the pattern, and then you can page down to move to the next worksheet here. All right, so now all the grain line is finished. And now, what's next? What's next is adding the special axis line here to name the piece. Special axis. Okay, special axis to name the piece. Oh, I will just make this into purple because the special axis is in purple line and grain line is in green color. Okay, so you don't mix them up. So for the pattern piece, you need to put these two lines on the worksheets. Now you only have one line. Okay, do not compare to the uh, pattern block because on the pattern block, you only need one line, which is grain line. And the grain line is to determine how many pattern pieces you need to make. And now when you already have your pattern pieces, all right, you click on special axis now here. Click special axis here. Okay, on the pop-up, you can find the special axis. And then you click also on the pattern here. Okay, make sure if you want to see it clearly, you can click zoom, press zoom. Okay, put first. Okay, and then next, put it again, pressing the control to make sure it's straight. Okay. Okay, oops, it's not center. It's not straight, sorry. Okay, now it's not finished yet. Why? Because we have to name it. We don't just put it for the purple color lines, the special axis, but we have to name it. How to name it? Here, I have another topic. Name the piece on both the comment box and the piece. Okay, how to name it? It's a little bit different with how you name the pattern block. In the pattern block, you name the style name. And here the style name is skirt block. I already told you how to name the pattern block. You can go to edit, edit on the top menu, edit, and then click edit. And then you click besides the comment box. Make sure to always open your title block. And then you can name it skirt block. And then enter. Okay? And then you do the same for this. You need to name it differently though. All right, so on pattern piece, this is how you name it. You need to put the style name first because this will be printed. And you put abbreviation or the short versions of the style name. Usually, if you go to the factory, they will just mention numbers on the style name. For example, BR111 or BR101. It depends on how many styles they have make. So in this case, our block is skirt block. Our style name is skirt block. So the abbreviation is SB. So make the name as short as possible. Why? Because there is a limit. There's a limit on the software. You cannot put too many names, too long names, because it might disrupt the process of printing, of transferring to the next software, which is Diamino. So please make sure to shorten the name as much as you can. So in this case, the skirt block will be SB, abbreviation. And then the piece name or the part's name. For example, the back top skirt, you can make it less complex with BK stands for the back. Maybe you can also TP for the top and skirt. And then the last part is the quantity of pattern pieces. Here, 2 pieces. In Lectra, you don't have to put your name because Lectra is used widely in factories, in manufacturers, where there will be under the same brand or the same owners. So it's not your own design. So that's why they have the style name. to distinguish different style, they go with the style name, not by the designer's name. Okay, so here we write SB and then back top skirt and then 2 pieces because we need 2 pieces for the back, for the left and for the right. Okay, I will just copy this, Control C, and then I will just put it here, edit, edit, and then click, and then paste. Okay, and do the same. You click on this two, edit, edit, and you click on the line. Make sure it's on the line. You can see the 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 cursor slightly bolder. Maybe you cannot see it in my screen, but you might see it in your screen. And then you can just do the same, paste. If you cannot paste it, that means you haven't selected the right region or the right line. You might be slightly to the left or slightly to the right. So make sure to select the line and then paste it. Oh, sorry, I put in the front. Okay, so my mistake. It should be the front. This is the front, right? So I'm going to copy the front here. This is the front lining, this one. Okay, I'm going to copy once again here. Control A, Control V. Oh, sorry, I need to delete this first. Sorry, I need to delete this first. Make sure to delete with backspace and then Control V and then enter. SB front lining one piece. And then this one too, click, make sure to delete all of them, Control V, enter. Okay, and when you enter, the name on the line is gone. It will like gone, completely gone, but it's there. We need to check whether you really have put the name or you haven't. How to check? You can go to here, below menu, cut piece. You click cut piece. And then if you see this white line, and then you can zoom on that white line, and you see the SB front lining one piece, that means the name is there. It's already attached to the pattern piece. And the cut piece here, you need to always turn it off. Always turn off cut piece. Only open cut piece when you want to check whether you have put names or you haven't. Okay, when you have checked and then you see that it's there, turn it off again. All right, so that's how you complete your pattern. And what's next? Make sure to double check. Here, always double check. Check overall pattern. Anything missing like notch or dart lines, you need to complete it before you move to the next piece. For example, I'm sure I have put the notch, but why it's not there on the pattern? That's okay, because you can always attach the notch again. It's not always happened, but sometimes it happens. So go to notch again and click again on the dot parts where you want to put the notch. And make sure to bring it to the outwards because I need to see whether you have put the notch or not. Now, here your front pattern is finished. Okay, you need to complete everything with the same manner. Okay, make sure to also here I will copy, this is the bottom. I will copy this and then do it the same thing, edit, edit, click on the comment box, paste, click on the line, paste, and then enter, and then move to this one, the front. I will copy the front skirt here, copy, edit, edit, comment box, paste it, and then here, paste it, enter. And then here, the back lining, I will just copy the back lining, this one, and then here, edit, edit. If you cannot see the comment box, you can enlarge your pattern until you see the comment and edit here, click, paste, enter. Okay, you can just press home if you want to make to put the name on the special axis. Click on the line, paste, enter. And then for the back parts, if you notice, I haven't finished the back parts. I need to finish it first. I need to put the line seam for this one, enter. This one, 1.5, 1.5, enter. This one's supposed to be 2 because there is zipper, enter. And this one also supposed to be 4 because it's the main fabric. And I will complete for the top part as well. Here, 2, enter. Here, I need to select these 2 lines together before I put the seam allowance. Here, 1.5, 1.5, enter. And then this one, line seam, 1, enter. And then also the top parts, here, line seam, 1, enter. All right. I need to double check. Oh, there's the notch is there. The notch is there too for the back parts. And how about the front? Yeah, the front lining. The front lining is there. And how about here? No, there is no notch. So you can put the notch here. Oh, there's notch. Sorry. Yeah. How about at the back? Yeah, there's notch. How about here? Oh, there's no notch here. You can put it F2 notch and here. Don't forget to put it outward so I can see it. Okay, so this is finished for the skirt. You can, if you see some worksheets are bigger than the other, it's not the same size as the pattern piece, you can always press A to adjust your worksheet size. I will press A. Now the worksheet size is adjusted. And then I will show you if you already put the name on the comment box. You can see the name here. Besides the selection, there is this box, the white box. So you can check each of the pattern whether you have put the name on the comment box or you haven't. If you have put the name, you can see the name will appear on that white box. SB, FR lining, front lining, 1 piece. Move to the next. SB, front bottom skirt, 1 piece. Move to the next. SB, front top skirt, 1 piece. So it's very easy to navigate which pattern is which. And don't forget to save file, and you can click save. Okay, don't forget to check the access path again. Okay, don't forget to check the access path. This is okay, this is the right class. Okay, Lectra Monday. Okay, don't forget to make sure everything's correct. And then okay, check the access path file, and then save and continue, and then finished. So this is the first part of the pattern piece. We will continue with the bodies in the second part.